Hi everyone, this is Heather locked in from the Flourish Academy, where our goal is to empower, educate, and elevate you to create a life that you love through the art and business of photography. In this video, we are going to remove an unwanted object from the background using Photoshop. But first, make sure you like our Facebook page so that you don't miss any of our daily live videos that include photography tips. In a previous video, we had talked about removing tripod legs from the background of a photo, and we're going to essentially do the same thing here, just utilizing a different technique. I photographed this session recently in order to test out the brand new Profoto A1 light, and here is the before without an edit and the light off, and here was the final image. I applied the Flourish Academy Autumn Splendor presets because our fall colors have been a little lackluster this year, but as I zoom in, I notice I caught the edge of the tripod and my husband standing there holding it. So I'm going to begin by selecting the background layer and pressing Command or Control J on the keyboard in order to duplicate it. We're going to access the clone stamp by pressing S on our keyboard. Let's make this brush a little bit bigger with the right bracket key and hold down Alt or Option and click in order to define a source and just start brushing over that tripod. Now, obviously, I've gone into the tree and I'm going to have to repair the integrity of that, but let's do it over here on this side as well. You'll see I've gone into the tree. I have a bit of a repeating pattern, so I want to break that up. And in the previous video, what we had done was made a selection before we corrected so that this would not happen. But in this video, I wanted to show you how to use layer masks in order to bring back the portion you didn't mean to correct. So let's go to the bottom of the layers palette and add a layer mask. Now remember, when working with layer mask, white reveals and black conceals. Our layer mask is currently white, revealing all of the instructions we dialed in via that layer. Let's press B on our keyboard in order to access the brush tool, and then X to make sure that we flip the swatches so that we have a black brush. Now what we can do is simply brush with that black brush in order to bring that tree back. If you go too far, obviously you're going to show the tripod again, in which case you would press X on your keyboard to flip those swatches, go back to the white brush in order to correct that issue. Now down here, if I start brushing with a white brush, it's not going to look like anything happened because you're using a white brush on a white mask. Pressing X once again to flip those swatches gives me a black brush so I can brush over this tree in order to restore the integrity. Let's zoom out with a Command or Control minus on the keyboard and take a look at the before and after. And I think that looks pretty good. If you wanted to continue to use the clone stamp just to perfect that, I think that you could. But now we have two methods in order to remove unwanted objects from our images. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.